Welcome to Allotment. We've had our allotment for about 9 years now. When we took it over, it was an absolute mess. So this is really a bit of inspiration, I guess, for some people. It's what you can do when you first get an allotment and what you can achieve. Not really knowing very much, you kind of learn quite a lot of YouTube videos, so hopefully this is going to be a help to you. Over the kind of coming year, we'll show you how it evolves. It's quite exciting when you come through spring into the summer. Filming this now in January, start of the year, lots to do, so let's get started. This is our asparagus patch. We planted this is our 5th year. So this year we'll be getting quite a bit of asparagus hopefully. And that is really, really exciting to see that come up. Probably at the start of April, we'll start to see a few spears come through. And that is really quite an exciting time of year because you wait all year for that and they just taste amazing. So we should get quite a good crop this year. This is the 5th year. You can usually pick a little bit in the 3rd year, a bit more in the 4th year, and then the 5th year you can pick from April right through to the longest day. And they're really, really tasty. It's really worth doing. It's quite a long-term investment, but get them in the ground, get them going. You can usually plant them from end of March onwards. It's probably the best time to do it. Plant the crowns and then they're really, really good in about year 3 and year 4. So this was an area we developed 3-4 years ago, just an area so that we can have picnics on the allotment, but we've also, it's an area for wildflowers and just to attract the insects and birds. We've got foxgloves, managed to propagate those. They should be flowering this year. We've got lavender and poppies and really just letting it grow. And making sure that the wildlife are happy with that. So that's really good for the allotment. We've got a mint plant here. So this mint plant is absolutely goes crazy. So you can see here that it is already starting to shoot. And that gets quite big. But the butterflies love it. It's Tashkent mint, something that I bought from a local market. And it really does seem to like it here. Over here we've got this corner here. You can see it looks a little bit weedy, but that is my wildflower meadow from last year and I've made it bigger. So this area on the left hand side, I've made it bigger, so that will also be wildflowers this year and hopefully that will grow really, really nicely. I put a few more lavender plants in here that I managed to propagate with a new apple tree in the middle. So that should be really good. Lots of butterflies. It's just great to sit here and see them all come round and then they can go off and do their stuff and hopefully pollinate some of your flowers. So really recommend doing that. I'll show you how that progresses this year. Hopefully it's going to be a really, really good year for the wildflower area. These are our strawberries. These have been in, this will be their 2nd year. Strawberries are keeping them netted to keep the birds off, but also keep the monkjack out, who seems to go in and nibble all of the tops, which was a little bit annoying, but they are starting to shoot a little bit. There's not much to see here yet, but they will really start to grow on probably in about 4 or 5 weeks time, and then they will flower. Also, another problem we've had is moles. A mole seems to have come up right in the middle here, so we might need to address that. I'm trying not to. They do seem to have moved on, but we'll keep an eye out for fresh moles. I'm not sure if they eat strawberries or not, but that's one thing just to keep an eye on. It is a constant battle. But hopefully we'll get a nice crop. We did get quite a few actually last year in the 1st year, so that does bode well. Usually in the 2nd year you tend to get a bigger crop. 1st year you tend to get bigger ones but less volume. But in the 2nd year you tend to get volume and size, so we'll keep an eye on that. Again, not a great deal to look at yet, but quite exciting to see how that's going to pan out. So this is our latest investment on the allotment. It's a fruit cage. We haven't put the roof netting on yet, just in case there is snow, you never know. It's a 3 meters by 3 meters cage, and we have 3 varieties of raspberries in here. We've got an early type, mid-season type, and then an autumn type. So they should grow away this year. We've dug them in with a nice lot of manure, and they should really grow on quite well. When I put them in, the roots were already starting to shoot, and that was kind of December time. So that they do look really, really healthy actually underneath. I don't know how many we'll get this year. We're probably more likely to get them from the autumn variety, which is the fire ones, but we'll see, and I'll keep you updated on how that goes. The other ones do tend to flower and fruit off of last year's growth. So we're likely to get lots and lots of green growth, but not many raspberries in the first year on those ones. But otherwise, it should be really, really exciting to see our own raspberries. The challenge is going to be keeping it weed free, of course, and we'll see how that goes. These are some leeks that we planted last summer. We've left them in. We didn't really grow massively last summer. They got a bit dry. It was quite a hot period at one point. Left them in. They will continue to grow, and they will grow right through to April, and probably by Easter they'll actually be doing quite well. So some of them have gone to seed, so we won't eat those. They won't be very nice, but the rest of them should beef up quite nicely as the sun gets warmer. And doesn't that sun look absolutely fantastic? Brilliant just to come over here. This time of year, bit of sun makes you start thinking of spring.